Incremental greetings. Today I'm going to share with you something really fascinating, and it's AutoHotkey Hotstrings. So you know that a hot string is usually to replace some text. So let's say that I want, so for instance, that's what I do. So what I could do is just my own conventions. Let's say, oh, that will be one pronunciation item. Or perhaps that would be one spelling item. I'm just using emoji. Or I want to use tags. For instance, let me see one key binding. So I will use when. That is one window. And KBS for keyword shortcut, which is one keyword, right? SM for Supermemo, anti-windows, contents window, and what does enter? What is this doing? So it's so much synthetic, and I'm just using AutoHotkey Hotstrings for this emoji, right? Nothing fancy. I could use tags as an anatomy, neuro, biology, biochemistry, technology, and so on. But it's the same idea, it's just emoji. But you can get further than that. What I have been using is all of this. And I also have, for example, sentences. And what I do also sometimes, that's from incremental reading. I take it as an example sentence for grammar or for one language related to stuff. So how can I know is one genuine close deletion from incremental reading? Or is meant to be used as language? Well, I use my convention, but on top of that, I want to signal explicitly that is an example sentence. I use this as parentheses and voila. So if you notice, I'm not just opening this, let's say, double triangular bracket. I'm also closing it down. I will do it again. S parentheses. So cool, right? So I don't have to navigate. There are shortcuts that you can go at the end of the line or just using word by word and so on. So I still do it quicker. That's not a true power. Let me show you again what we did before. It just something, in this case, I input S parentheses and I get all of these. Opening and closing sentence brackets. It's still strings. But what you can do, and the true power of hotkey hotstrings, is that you can call functions. Here's one example. I write the template as a parameter, and this calls this function. It's right there. You may be familiar with the syntax. So whatever you do with one keystroke, that you, let's say the majority, you can do it with hot strings as well. So therefore, if you're running out of ideas or running out of key bindings that are very awkward because it's what's left, right? You can actually use strings for that. And as you can see, I have already plenty, absolutely plenty of hot strings. Nice. So I just did one exit of this. So I'm still, and now I'm reading, let's pretend it's one genuine repetition. Is parental entropy may drop to near 0, It's okay, I want to remember this. If may drop to 0, if what? Or, I would say the case. In case the only topic of conversation is school performance or handwork, what will happen? The parental entropy may drop to 0. Let's say I want to remember that. But at the same time, let's say I'm reformulating this. So I want this at the very end. So if it's the only topic of parental entropy may drop to 0. I like this formulation better. But as I am reformulating, since I'm typing text and I have the HTML component active, I can use my own hot strings. Instead of escape, Ctrl Shift M, apply a different template, because now I have no template, right? I want to apply one. Perhaps I created one key binding without a hotkey for applying straight away the article template, because it's one of the most oftenly used, right? So I don't have to choose which one I want. But since I'm already formulating this, and then I may drop, I change the order of the phrases, and TH, boom. So as I am typing, I don't lose time, and I apply the template right away because I decided to link one image from the registry. In that case, then TT, Control Shift K, P, Piotr Wozniak. Here you go. How cool is that? I just did one example with applying the template. What you can do incrementally as you get familiar with the Supermemo usage and AutoHotkey and your own preferences is, okay, I'm noticing a pattern that I'm using this quite often. So why not creating a hot string for that? And therefore, it's a lot easier for me to remember one string that I decide with one conventions. If I'm starting with sharp or with exclamation point, something that is extremely unlikely that in English or any language will exist. Like this, it's not going to. It's very likely, perhaps, if I do some items of AutoHotkey, I will type exclamation point P. Absolutely unlikely. First, it's a lot easier to remember because I'm deciding my own strings. It's not something more semantic like Control Shift F12. Yeah, Control Shift page down, something like that. It's no. For me, that is about tech, neuro for neuroscience, bio for biology, and so on. Extremely easy to remember. So for me, that's just the beginning of a new phase of AutoHotkey. And I will take it to the next level. First, I want to incorporate this with via Vim and so on. That is why it's kind of on hold. So you could do your own stuff quicker, reward quicker, and do miscellaneous things that are not limited to knowledge formulation, but it's related to. How cool is that? Nothing more to add today, and if you get value for my videos, consider donating, supporting my work, or hire me as a one-on-one session. See you next time.